While San Francisco, California is a city that offers many world-class attractions, luxurious accommodations, and tantalizing dining options, it's geographically fairly small. It only covers about 49 square miles. But what it lacks in terms of size, it more than makes up for that in what it delivers. There's so much to see and experience in this beautiful Bayside city. So if you're planning to take a trip to San Francisco anytime soon, give yourself enough time to take it all in. San Francisco is bursting with character, dripping in culture, and oozing with history. There are many different lively and colorful neighborhoods to explore, and you and your family will fall in love with its scenery. So join Viewcation as we take a look at some of the best things to do and see in the San Francisco Bay Area. Golden Gate Bridge. We'll go ahead and get this one out of the way, seeing as how it's one of the most famous features of the city. Straddling the Golden Gate Strait, which connects the San Francisco Bay to the Pacific Ocean, this iconic landmark connects San Francisco to the towns of Sausalito and Marin. The bridge is easily walkable on foot, but it's also worth experiencing by car or even bike. It's hard to simply describe this phenomenal structure, as it's really the kind of thing you have to see to believe. It's about 2 miles in length as well, which is impressive considering how much traffic it sees on a daily basis. To learn a little bit about its history, visitors can check out the Welcome Center, where there's a statue of the bridge's designer, Joseph Strauss. There, you should be on the lookout for the plaques that describe its construction and purpose. And of course, you should snap a selfie to show all your friends back home what you're up to. At the Welcome Center, you can also sign up for a free walking tour of the bridge, which will shed a little bit more light on its backstory. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like, and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already, and stick around for more of the best of San Francisco. Golden Gate Park. Stretching across over 1,000 acres of California countryside, this park offers so much to see, explore, and do. It would take you literally days to experience all it has to offer. From trails to pristine picnic spaces to gardens and even museums, Golden Gate Park is jam-packed full of fun activities for the whole family. The Japanese Tea Garden is one of the standout attractions at the park. As the oldest Japanese garden in America, it really is a sight to behold. It's made up of 5 acres of well-manicured gardens that are adorned with bamboo-accented walkways, koi ponds, cherry trees, and a 5-story traditional Japanese pagoda. You'll also find the Zen Garden, which is the perfect place to stop and meditate. After you've pondered the meaning of life for a bit, unwind to the tea house where you can try a pot of pu'er. Alcatraz. Sitting on top of a tiny, rocky island in the middle of the bay, Alcatraz is known for being the former site of a federal penitentiary that once housed some of the most notorious criminals of the 20th century. Most notably, it's the prison Al Capone once called his home. Before it was used for that purpose, Alcatraz was a military prison that incarcerated prisoners of the Civil War as well as the Spanish-American War. It's also notable for being the site of the West Coast's first lighthouse. The prison shut down during both of these eras because of its high operational costs, and it was put into the hands of the National Park Service in 1972. Today, Alcatraz welcomes about 1 million tourists per year. Chinatown. While New York's Chinatown tends to get most of the attention, San Francisco's Chinatown is equally impressive. It's host to one of the largest communities of Asian people outside of Asia. It's also one of the oldest Chinatowns in the U.S. Immigrants from China first arrived in California during the gold rush. After they were ousted from the gold mines due to racism and discriminatory legislation, the Chinese immigrants moved to San Francisco to build businesses and a place of their own to call their home. Since Chinatown only covers about 24 city blocks, it's easily accessible by foot. Grant Avenue is the borough's main street, but the Chinatown Gate is where you'll find a wide variety of gift shops. Waverly Place is home to the oldest Chinese temple in the country, and Ross Alley is where you'll find the Golden Gate Fortune Cookie Factory, where you can take a tour and see how these iconic Americanized treats are made. Throughout Chinatown, you'll also find many excellent herb and spice shops, as well as fantastic restaurants and cafes. Ride a cable car. If you've ever seen a film that's set in San Francisco, then you've surely seen a cable car before. These have been transporting people to and fro around San Francisco since the late 1800s. The cars run on tracks, and they're pulled around by a massive system of underground cables. Their distinctive bells can be heard jingling from blocks away, and they're fairly inexpensive to ride on. Each trip goes just one way, but in the process, you'll be treated to some of the most incredible views of the city that San Francisco has to offer. Plus, ascending and descending the city's famed hills is always pretty thrilling in itself. Fisherman's Wharf. Best known for being the home of the tourist gem Pier 39, excellent waterside restaurants, sourdough bakeries, and a handful of museums, including Ripley's Believe It or Not, Fisherman's Wharf provides the classic San Francisco experience. It's packed full of fun things to do for the whole family, and there are many quality hotels in the area to stay in as well. Street performers can be seen lining the streets and walkways, and a picture-worthy locale can be found just around every corner. Visit Ghirardelli Square to satisfy your sweet tooth, or grab a steam pot of Dungeness crab and prawns if you're a fan of seafood. And don't forget to greet the sea lions that help make this neighborhood one of the premier San Franciscan hotspots. Lombard Street. Famous for its nickname as the crookedest street in the world, Lombard Street is one of the most popular landmarks in the city. Millions of visitors drive or walk down its 8 super tight hairpin turns every year. It's surrounded on all sides by Russian Hill mansions and beautifully landscaped greenery and flowers. A visit here won't take up much time, but it's in close proximity to other notable San Francisco attractions like Chinatown, Fisherman's Wharf, and North Beach. North Beach. This neighborhood, sometimes called San Francisco's Little Italy, is predominantly and historically populated by the city's Italian-American residents. Here you can feast on authentic pizzas and pastas, sip artisan cappuccinos, or enjoy a scoop of decadent gelato. The Italian culture that can be experienced here is super colorful and endearing, and there are a wide variety of shops, restaurants, and other establishments to visit. Visitors into music, art, literature, architecture, and shopping could easily spend all day here. Columbus Avenue is North Beach's main drag, so that's a great place to start if you're looking to stretch your legs and explore a bit. We highly recommend also taking a walk up to the extremely steep Filbert Street to see the architectural wonder that is Coit Tower, which happens to be one of the most iconic features of North Beach's skyline. Muir Woods National Monument. You can't visit San Francisco without taking in the sky-high redwood trees. At Muir Woods, which is just about 16 miles north of San Francisco, you'll get a chance to get up close and personal with some of the state's most cherished flora. Plus, it's a great spot to visit to escape the hustle and bustle of the city for a bit. The biggest redwood tree that can be found here is about 258 feet tall. To put that into perspective, imagine 50 cars stacked on top of each other horizontally. Plus, some of these trees are 600 to 800 years old. Muir Woods, which is free to visit, has 6 miles of trails, however, none of them are very challenging. If you're looking for a hike a bit more demanding, we recommend venturing on over to the nearby Mount Tamalpais State Park. Now it's time to hear from you. Did we miss any of your favorites in San Francisco? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.